Hey guys, sorry I haven't made a video in a little bit, like I've just been struggling a bit recently, but that's another story. So I've seen this around, so I thought, why not? A lot of people have made stories about why they started self-harming. Now, I don't really want to trigger anyone, so I'm not going to go into too much detail or anything like that. But I thought it's nice to share your story because I think there is no set reasons why people self-harm, and I mean, like, not everyone's bullied, not everyone's been abused. I mean, sometimes there is, like, it's just a little thing, like you're unhappy with something. I mean, it's not a simple thing, and you know, it's a complicated thing, and I don't think it's rational to start. I mean, nobody thinks, oh, I want to self-harm. I mean, it's like a random thing that you do and you don't think about it. You just, I know I didn't. I'll start from the beginning. Like, I don't really know if this counts, but like, I remember, like, ever since I've been little, like, if I was angry at myself or upset about a mistake that I'd done or something along those lines, I'd end up hitting my head pretty hard against the wall or punching it until my knuckles bled or something like that. I guess that is, but yeah, I guess it would be self-harm. So, like, I've always done that since I was little. I don't know, I have a really short fuse though, so it might just be that. Oh god, I'm such an angry person. And then, I guess the first real time, I was in year 9, and this is really weird, because, I don't know, like, I don't know where I'd start it in public, but I was sitting in English, and I just got my keys out and dug them against my arm and scratched it. I mean, it started off, like, I'm not saying scratching's fine, but it's better than actually cursing, which I do now. But yeah, I mean, it's bizarre actually to think that I did that. But I'd just fallen out with all my friends. Because basically every time we went out together, they'd end up arguing, and I was constantly sick of arguments. Like, everywhere I'd go there'd be arguments. So I was like, no, I don't want to go out with you today. And they, like, took it the wrong way. I was like, it was once. And basically they kind of were like, well, we don't want to be your friend anymore if you're going to be like that. And I was like, great, woohoo, you know. And I had a phone call to say that my dad was in hospital. Now, I don't really get on with my dad, and I hadn't seen him for a while because he lives in France, and yeah, my parents divorced when I was little, so like, I don't really get on with him anyway. But it's my dad, and I think not knowing is worrying, and I naturally worry about lots of things anyway, so not knowing made it worse, and I was just thinking anything in my head. And you know, if someone would have explained to me, it would have been better. But that, and with that, like, I ended up doing that, and then yeah, I just ended up scratching my arm, and that was the first time I can remember, like, properly self-harming. I'm trying to think actually. I don't know if I can remember the first time I actually cut. I don't think I can. That's quite bad actually. No, but there is no set reason as to why people self-harm, and like, the thing that annoys me is, like, a couple of times, like, when people have found out, like, through no fault of my own, like, sleeve slipping or bleeding through or something, which is so frustrating, like, they've always said, why are you doing this? You're too pretty to do this to yourself. That makes me the angriest, because one, and I'm not looking for sympathy or attention or anything, but I'm not pretty. I know I'm not, and there are much prettier people in the world, and you know, that's just, I think everyone has a different interpretation, and you know, I think unless you're really vain, you don't class yourself as pretty or whatever this is, because I mean, it's different for everyone, isn't it? Sorry, I do this with my hands all the time. But no, like, there is no such thing as pretty or beautiful or whatever, and it really frustrates me. And another thing is, well, you're saying then, if I was ugly, it would be okay to do this. No, it wouldn't. No one should do this to themselves. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, doing so much, I'll say emotional pain, that you inflict physical pain on yourself. I mean, there are loads of ways. Like, self-harm isn't just cutting, contrary to popular belief. I mean, some people punch themselves until they're bruised, and some people simply scratch. Self-harm is anything that inflicts an injury on yourself, and I mean, a lot of people class it as just cutting. And I mean, the thing is though, I think to a certain extent you've got to accept that some people won't understand, and I'm not in any way condoning ignorant comments and stupidness, because, you know, if you don't understand something, I don't think you can insult other people and say like, oh, self-harmers are emo or whatever crap they come out with. Sorry about my language. No, like, that really annoys me, but I mean, like, it's a hard thing to understand. Like, I do it myself and I don't understand it. Like, I kind of do, like, but you know, it's not like a simple thing. It's really complicated, and you know, it's one of these things that I think people should learn more about it, and there should be more to prevent it. Like, one of the things that I think in school, like, you do all these pointless subjects, like, no offence if you like it, but I had to do citizenship, which is like learning about people, and I don't know, stuff like laws and that, and like, but it was really basic, and you know, that was kind of pointless. But I think if you included that, something like tolerance of, I don't know, mental health issues, or, you know, because the thing is though, it affects a lot more people than you'd realise. I think because there's cases of more and more young children like self-harming or being diagnosed with a mental illness, the thing is like, it affects us all, and like, I just think if they taught that, I mean, even if they only did it once, like, come on, if your school was like mine, how many times have you had the sex talk? We had it like, at least once every term, and you know, it never really gets any different, does it? They're like, use a condom, use contraception if you don't want to get pregnant, la da 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 da. They're all like that, and the thing is, other issues they can focus on too. Like, oh, I realise this is a rant, so sorry. Yeah, but I think because a lot of people as well, like, I know I did, I felt like it's not okay to feel like this and I can't talk to anyone because I'm a freak. And I know that's not true, that's really not true, but that is how I felt. Because I'd never really heard of this before, like, you know, I didn't understand it. I think I was 14. I mean, I remember at 7 having the strongest suicidal urges, but like a 7-year-old, you know, it's just weird, like, and I didn't understand it then, and it's just, you know, I think there needs to be more awareness made in schools, and I mean, like, the thing is though, I know that my mum's a primary teacher, and I know that the curriculum is packed and they're always trying to include like more subjects in it or whatever, like, I don't know, cooking, or don't they want to teach something like emotional, I don't know, like saying about emotional abuse or something now, which would be quite good actually, I guess. The thing is that they come up with these constant new ideas, and I think even if only once a year you took a morning out to mention things that might affect them. Like, the thing is though, like, bullying, it is wrong and it affects so many more people. And I think there was one case I heard of a school, and this is a really lovely idea. Like, sorry if you've heard of this, but there was a teacher and she got a piece of paper and she got them all to screw it up and stamp on it and then rip it to pieces. And then she got it all and she said, now put it back together. And then obviously there were tears and crinkles and that in the paper, and she went, this is what you do if you bully someone. They'll never be the same again and there'll always be cracks. And I think that was really good because it's kind of demonstrating that yes, it affects people a lot more than you think. I mean, the thing is that bullying happens everywhere and it's not okay. Like, something needs to change, because the thing is that, like, every day you have people like committing suicide or attempting, and you know, bullying is often a leading factor. I'm not saying it always is, because it's not, but it often is. And I mean, it needs to like be stopped, because the thing is though, it frustrates me that my school is the same, and I know a lot of schools are. All schools have like a anti-bullying policy or whatever, and then when you're actually being bullied, they don't do anything about it. I remember once, this girl in my school was being bullied, quite badly, and they punished her for it. They thought, oh, we can't stop everyone doing it, so we'll put her in isolation. Why should you be punished if people are making your life a living hell? Like, I'm not going to say it's easy to deal with. Of course it's not. I mean, you know, it's not a simple issue. And I mean, a lot of the time it turns out the bullies are like insecure if they've got problems at home. So address that. You know? I mean, if they're doing it out of pure spite, then quite frankly, they're horrible people and, you know, they should be punished. But I think if they're doing it because deep down they're emotionally, like, unhappy and things, then yes, tell them off, yes, tell them it's not right. But unless you address that issue, they're going to carry on doing it. And I mean, I'm not saying it's right if you're unhappy to go and bully people, because it's never right, and no one should ever bully anyone, because at the end of the day we're all human. And yeah, I mean, everyone, like, the thing is though, everyone like says that differences make us better and unique, and they preach that, yet if you're different, everyone picks on you. So, you know, make your mind up, society. It's kind of messed up how the world is now, but I mean, I guess there's always been problems. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that gay people and pregnant women who weren't married were locked up in mental institutions, and I guess it's changed like that. I mean, it's gonna take time, but I think we need to do something. And I realised that I've been going for like nearly 20 minutes, like 17ish minutes. I'm sorry this turned out to be more of a rant. If you've managed to get to the end of this video, well done, and thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.